Are you okay? You're not... Yeah, I was just worried. I've been trying to keep busy helping Dodan and the villagers with repairs. I'm doing my best. Oh, you should talk to Dodan. He wanted to see you, too. Dodan wanted to talk with you.
Jiansei? So, when were you planning on telling me? That Namsayu was alive? And that you found her in Solak? Which is actually a habitable place, by the way. And also, that she has royal blood and is now the princess of the Stratus Empire? I thought we were friends! Jinseyun was great, Jiansei. Obviously, she was very informative. She shared all her adventures with me. Like friends do! During that, we worked on fixing the houses around town. She has a real knack for carpentry. She told me you would never let her do that. So, what brings you back here? Are you two heading out? What's next? Oh, my father told me about those. You're not planning a divine mandate, right? Solak's been through enough. Alright. I'm sure you know what you're doing. You two be careful, alright?
Are we going back to Valindria? Does that mean I'll see the Divine Maiden and Sun Young and Seojin again?
I knew I heard a rustle in the trees. Welcome, warrior. The trees told me of your arrival, but could not tell me of your purpose, of course. Why is Jinsoyen with you? Where are your other pupils? I am so sorry. I have sensed a great sorrow of late, though I am sure your pain is sharper. Perhaps they are connected, for better or for worse. I sense many things, even across the oceans. The other continents are suffering. The earth, the air, all is in chaos. It is nearly as bad as Solak itself. The Empyrean Citadel? It is, or was, the ancient home of the Western Emperor. It lies to the north, and has been the source of Solak's corruption ever since the wayward prince dared perform the divine mandate. I am afraid those at Ajanar Monastery have first-hand experience. Many allies of Solak have banded together to stop a surge of dark chi. Valindrian and the Kashabi are busy here, while Ajanaran monks have traveled northward, into the heart of the corruption. The Ajanarans would be glad to see you, I am sure. Grandmaster Nayul himself has returned to the monastery. But if you insist on finding him, let me at least keep Jinsoyun safe. Valindria will remain a sanctuary from evil, as long as I live. You can rest easy knowing she is safe. Stay close, little one.
You go ahead.
These things must be stopped! These things must be stopped! These things must be stopped!
Warrior? Warrior? What are you doing here? If Nayul were here, we wouldn't be fighting these demons. I'm sorry, but he's already left. Thank you. Let us work together. They're coming from the rift!
Warrior, Once again you come to us in an hour of need. Perhaps the heavens have anointed you as a special protector of the Ajinara. Then it seems your purpose and ours have converged yet again. Call it fate or happenstance, the result is the same. That charm you used, was that Master Chundun's handiwork? Of course, though I recall a sort of awkward arrogance in Master Chundun, I certainly can't deny his ingenuity. His charm seems to have closed the portal and given us time to restore our barrier. And now that you've helped us, how can we help you? I see. I'm afraid you've missed the Grand Master yet again. He finally returned to Ajinara a few weeks ago, but didn't stay long. He left when these rifts began to open. Only this time, he didn't venture alone. He took 2 outsiders with him. They had just arrived from Silverfrost the day before he left. It was as if Grandmaster Nayul had foreseen their arrival. I'm not certain, warrior. The Grandmaster simply told us there were matters he needed to look into related to these breaches. I escorted them to the Broken Sands, but I don't know where they went beyond that. I can sense your impatience. It's certainly not my place to try to dissuade you. I believe Grandmaster Nayul would go to where the breaches were strongest. You may want to try the Echo Pass, northwest of the Sunken City. Be careful, warrior.
Now isn't this a surprise? You sure know how to make an entrance, warrior. I've been worse. Giona, Siojin, and I are working on rebuilding Valindria, and that means keeping an eye on our surroundings. The Watchers and I came here to investigate the spread of Dark Chi. You can feel it in the roots, infecting the earth. Look what it did to the Avamar. The Dark Chi is coming from the Empyrean Citadel, but we're not getting through this way. Not safely. Are you headed there? You're not bringing the kids too, are you? I am glad to hear you two are well. I'm heading to the Bowers myself. Giona may know how to get around this river. Care to join me? Don't take long, warrior. Too much Dark Chi will make you sick. Or worse.
Is everything okay? Everyone seems ready for a fight. That's good. Did you manage to do what you came for? I wish I could be more help to you, Master. But you always... Huh? I think Sun Young and the Divine Maiden want your attention.
I am
guess
sorry
we
to have
can
kept you
talk
waiting.
later.
The secret hideout.
Sun Young has given me the news. I understand a strange river of dark chi is blocking the tunnel to the Empyrean Citadel. In that case, I have an alternative route to suggest. You may have seen how hectic things are around Valindria. In fact, we are preparing for a mass migration of Avamar. We must attack the Avamar's newly created forward base at Sky Sage Peak, or risk an all-out invasion. Sun Young and the Watchers were the first to discover this base, and they set out to determine why the Avamar have ventured so far south. The Empyrean Citadel's corruption has no doubt compelled their migration. Kodama of the Kashabi is leading our effort to storm the forward base and stop the advance. The base is heavily defended, but beyond it lies another way to the Empyrean Citadel. I was hoping we could avoid entangling you in yet another of our struggles. But this may be the only way for you to reach your goal. By joining our assault, you would not only help us strike a blow against the Avamar, you would also be carving out a route to the Citadel. Thank you. That is a tremendous relief. And in fact, you can speak with the Field General himself. Kodamo has just arrived.
Noble warrior? It brightens me to see you here. I am like a sapling, reveling in spring's arrival. Is my elation not palpable? I feel as flush as a floret. Perhaps you fleshlings express excitement differently. I am hoping you will aid our cause, even as we speak. Iroko, descendant of Togashi the Priory, keeps the intrusive Avamar at bay. Brevity is not a virtue for the Kashabi clan. I hope you will still join our brethren in battle, as boring as we may be. I shall stop speaking now.
Well, hello, warrior. I was wondering why my soldiers were distracted. As soon as they caught scent of an outsider, they were all a bit on edge. Then they saw it was you. Not at all. They seem eager to fight alongside Giona's fragrant fighter friend. I was actually hoping this could be avoided. Giona had taken steps to negotiate peace between the Avamar and the Kashabi, but that all fell apart a few days ago. The Avamar grew hostile. They started to invade Kashabi lands, and even threatened Valindria. Now it seems they've lured us into a trap. They've taken the high ground near Sky Sage Peak. Sun Young's Watchers and our Kashabi allies will be easy targets if we can't locate their perches and drive them out. Of course, the odds would be more in our favor if a certain aromatic ally joined our cause. Hope to see you out there, my fragrant friend.
Hurry up with those supplies! The Avamar are gonna regret this.
I require a weapon. Our tree, our summit. Gracious greetings, allied friend of seasons past. The war eternal with the Avamar persists. With regret, their perch has surpassed our reach. Again and again, they peck and swipe, claw and tear, only to arise and return again. As the clouds meet the peaks to bring the fog, so must we rise skyward to the lofty nests. It would take the strength of the divine to move the sky. And we shall make the cloud in the sky. Greetings, little warrior. Here an ancient dragon pulse sleeps. Cross yonder chasm it dreams to leap. It seems the Avamar stopped its flow, for fear 'twould siphon the dark below. My twin Lugaodi stands tall like greening moor, and yet our thrice-born kin Lutakai walks with us no more. Avamar cut him to the ground. In cloven bark his pain was found. Without the chi of Breathfin 3, the pulse shall not open for thee. You have no bark about you, little warrior made of flesh, and yet in you I sense anew an old chi made afresh. Imbue yonder stone with your chi. Perchance the dragon pulse shall do something. Lugaodi and I shall wake the other stones. Speak to yours. Mayhap it shall listen. Come, Lugaodi.
Ready to ride? Nicely done. The Kashabi, the Avamar. Feels like old times, doesn't it? Save it for later. I'm going with you. I also have business at the Citadel. Besides, Jin Soyun told me to make sure you don't do anything stupid. Not her exact words, but I understood her. Don't worry, she's safe with Giona. Enough of that. Let's go. Care to race? We can do this, warrior.
Allow me to introduce myself, warrior. I am Nayul, servant of the Ajanara. We meet at last.
Well.
Peace be upon you. Your presence gladdens my heart and lightens my soul. The gods finally interweave our fates. May the joining endure our current predicament. I am blind to some things, and all too aware of other things. I find the embrace of darkness to be the surest path toward enlightenment, toward truly seeing. But in practical terms, don't worry. I can get around well enough. Worry not, friend of the realm. Your words flow like water from the tortoise's shell. And besides, for me to take offense would reduce the chances of our forging a friendship in battle. Fiends are drawn to the nearby bridge like maggots to rotting meat. We must clear a path and confront them. Join us. Let us build a new alliance. The gods still have a part for us to play. Not everything is as it seems.
Come on!
Changed. You've changed. Has it been? It is so good to see you, though the setting leaves much to be desired. Nayul prepared us to receive a visitor, but for it to be you, a delightful twist of fate. My spiritual journey ended at Ajanara Monastery. I took a vow, not to become a monk, but to help the Grand Master however I can. By the way, as for my daughter, good. Being unable to ensure the security of Yun Mafei was my one regret of pursuing this life. But enough. There is work to do. Come. We must aid Grandmaster Nayul.
Made me thirsty. I don't suppose you brought any spirits to raise our spirits. I figured as much. Then perhaps you have found some news about my songbird? Ah, good. Even in this hostile place, it warms me to know that Yanhua flies free. Perhaps someday I'll see her again. But enough babble. Let's help the Grandmaster and Connie cut through the riffraff. Let's find Thornhead.
The evil beyond this rift is immense. The darkness is thickest here. Dark chi comes in waves, each one more intense than the last. This may be the ultimate source of the smaller spirit rifts. Charms? Yes, the charms of Chundun and the Thorntail Academy. Small and powerful, as the Lin themselves, but I'm afraid mere scraps of paper with folk runes scribbled on them will not avail us here. We need a more direct intervention. Energy is presently flowing only one way, into our world. I may be able to make it flow both ways, to create a doorway, if you will. Yes, though the sheer forces at play may rip you apart. I cannot accompany you. I can only keep the door open. I doubt your strength not, friend of the realm. But untold horrors may linger in the small and forgotten spaces which link the realms. Whatever is responsible for this flood of dark chi will not welcome visitors. If you find yourself outmatched, return back through the rift immediately. Your story does not end here, warrior. It cannot. I must maintain absolute focus. Let us begin. Everyone else, stay by my side.
I'll hold the line.
Watch yourself.
Better
Better come back!
Death is close. This warrior, the same warrior who journeyed to the in-between. The paths are curious these days. This warrior is near the beyond, where the dead receive judgment for past deeds. Judgment has been halted, however, by denizens from the Dark Realm. What brings this warrior so close to the Spirit Realm? Indeed, the Keepers and this Keeper work to seal the tears in the Veil, but the Keepers are not enough. The Keepers are overrun by fiends. Still, the Keepers have observed several tears being sealed from the other side. This Keeper acknowledges this warrior's efforts. Nayul is also acknowledged. Regardless, the place of judgment grows dim. Those to be judged join the Keepers to fend off the darkness in a final bid for clemency. This Keeper acknowledges this warrior's beneficence. The scroll of deeds grows ever longer, and the light grows ever brighter.